Hey everybody, it's we're here with in the dogmight house. I don't know why you're looking at the dog. Look at these dogs.
Dogs are better than people.
That's very true. I started playing Stray.
How was
you
it?
recommend it?
Do you like it?
It's cool as hell. My kids love
You
it.
playing with your kids?
Lindsay
Yeah.
beat it for
Yeah.
like 2 days. Done,
It's a quick
burned
game.
Through it.
They
Yeah.
say it's 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Dude, my 5-year-old is like loves it, and he meows now. Like we don't have a cat or dog.
That's weird.
We have 2 dogs.
How fast did it take you to get the trophy for meowing 100 times?
What? That's a thing?
My
Oh, yeah.
10-year-old did that.
I got it in under like 5 minutes. It's
Oh.
like,
He just sat
meow,
there
meow, meow,
mashing
meow,
the
meow, meow,
meow
meow,
button. Ah, it's cool. I really dig
Mashing
it.
the meow button.
And, like, for the 5-year-old, like you can't really die. Like there's some sections where you can like these things get on.
Yeah.
But like
Little
all
boomer
the
guys.
like the platforming and stuff is button presses. And like and he just like loves it. He's like, let's play the cat game. I'm like, cool, man. And
The
just
cat
like
game.
Yeah.
Which is
Anyway.
more words than the word stray.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to introduce complex concepts because he's 5.
Whatever, man.
All right, what are we talking about today? Welcome everyone to where are we? Michigan. Welcome to Michigan. We're doing wood stuff today. We got some tiles here for you. I wanted to talk about these for a minute, and I brought AJ in because he kind of came up with this idea. I was the dumb guy that did these on a 4th axis, and then we got a lathe, and AJ's like, we could just do these on the lathe and put magical magnets on them. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm not supposed to say shit, right?
Shucks.
We're
Holy
past-
shucks.
Holy
We're a
schmucks.
minute 45.
So I can say shit all I want. The cool thing being, and you flush cut these, because we had them protruding in the older version so you could pull them out. And now we've got these really cool magnetic pieces. So you put your minis on and they snap in and out. And we've been kind of going back and forth with Jeremiah about the twist. So we're switching to aluminum, which gives you a little bit better flex. And we're gonna get some like really cool nubbies for the end here. So something really comfy on the end that you can rest your hand on. And I like these a lot. These are cool. You guys probably know that there's a Kickstarter coming up, hopefully sometime inside of the next couple of weeks. We've got a bunch of these bad boys out, and we kind of redesigned the signature tile. So you can mix and match wood species, you can mix and match your tiles, and each one has 4 of these on it. What's up?
Chat wants to know, will the new interchangeable nibs work with the first generation mini painters? Could adapters be made so we can keep using our old beloved painters?
No, but I think we will do a tile like this for corks. So what I want to do is a similar tile like this, but instead of magnets, there's cork spots. So you can pop the cork out and put it in the spots. So probably a tile that's identical to this with 1 magnet and corks. Question, where should the magnet be? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'm left-handed, so I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or do we design a totally different? We could design a different one. All right, here's a better question. How many figures does he paint with, like in cork?
There's a delay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait.
You just have to keep talking
We'll
about
just talk
stray.
about
So-
corks.
So the good news is
Yeah, and
The good news, I got one more point. The good news is the old painters have the same polarity, so the old painters will still adhere to these, and we'll sell an alternate base where you can plunk your corks in. We have new corks for these that are called. What are they called?
It's a bung.
A bung.
A bung,
Right?
yeah.
So
It's
they
type
were
of cork.
They were corks, and we're
just thought it was
switching
funny.
to bungs, which I find that really funny. But yeah. In other news, Anne.
I have a shout out. I would like to give a shout out to one of our customers, Eins. She has long been a favorite of mine because she always sends me cat photos. Excellent way to get on my good side. In case you're wondering, always send me cat photos. She sent us a whole bottle of scotch as a present, and I know it will be enjoyed for many moons to come. Thank you so much, Eins. It means the world.
And we're gonna, Conus is on vacation, so we're gonna not tell him what it is, and then we'll film it next week, because he's like a big Scotch guy, like unbelievably like
Scotchy.
nose in the air, kind of like bougie.
Yeah, he's uppity
about
about
his
it.
spears. Yeah.
It's some bougie scotch.
Is it? Is
It's
it nice
some
stuff?
bougie scotch. It's from some like local place near where she lives. It's bougie. She was saying all these words about oh, it's from here, and I was like, I don't know anything about scotch. You can tell me it's from Walmart.
Like if you're
I don't know.
Like a Walmart scotch.
Yeah.
if you're a real snob, you're supposed to get water from the spring that the scotch or whiskey was
Just
man,
drops,
from.
the, like
That
3
is
drops
like-
in.
That's fucking bougie.
Way, yeah.
Like Glenfiddich.
I can barely afford the scotch, let alone the water from the region,
Right.
which I'd imagine is equally expensive.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
It's
you,
like
don't, you just
double the
need
price
like
of your drink.
just enough to take the nip off. Just like 3-4 drops of
They should-
water.
It cuts the
Can I buy
hardness
my
of the
scotch
alcohol.
pre-water?
Just to take the.
Can I buy watered down scotch?
Yes, you buy American scotch. when you
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
that's what it is.
It's a whiskey is what they call that.
Oh okay.
So interesting aside. Scotch, like generally Scotch comes from Scotland, and they had like this very rigid sort of packaging, and they're like it only comes from these places, and it was very tightly controlled. And I'm from Canada and from Nova Scotia, New Scotland, on the east coast, and
Never put those together.
Yeah, there's like weird
Nova-
accents from that
Nova
area.
Scotia, man, New Scotland.
No, don't say. I feel like
Scotland!
None of that is.
I'm a Cameron from Scotland, from Loch Lomond. Anyway, but they had a master brewer because a lot of the culture is very similar there. They had a master brewer come from Scotland and go to Cape Breton, which is part of Nova Scotian province, and it is the only other place in the world where they brew Scotch, and they can call it Scotch. So it was like Power
Oh,
Christ
cool.
compels you. It was
Yeah.
ordained.
That's cool.
And so they have a base. I can't remember if it's not Glenfiddich, Glenlivet maybe,
That's
that they
another
make
one.
out of Cape Breton.
That's
I'm
cool.
not a Scotch guy, but I'm like, that is a pretty cool story.
There's a couple Glens, but yeah,
I can get you some water from Cape Breton.
that's
Oh, yeah, hit me up.
second best, right? That's the next best.
Scotch, then the water.
Right?
Yeah.
Just to take the edge off. Anyway, all right. What else are we gonna look at? We got some cool quartermasters
Yeah.
coming here. Let's look at quartermasters. So, AJ has been the driving force behind the production of these bad boys. This one is sold. Someone bought this already today.
There's another
Um,
walnut coming around the bend.
I like them. I like the walnut. So we launched today. All of the prototypes disappeared this week. We had 2 in stock today. We had 3. We had a spalted tamarind, but Jeremiah is going to buy it, so no one's allowed to have it. This one's sold. I think we have the Paduke still. It's still on the site right now. We opened
awesome,
up
too.
custom orders. We're kind of looking at a 5 to 6 week lead time, but we're closing that gap pretty quickly. And we're kind of going to like ride the lead time so we can produce. I'm not the production guy. I'm like the sell guy. Cronus isn't here though, so I can say whatever I want. But generally, you can produce 4 or 5 a week. So we're going to kind of ride that wave, and that lead time's going to go up. So if you want it and you want it fast, check it out this weekend, and you can still get inside of that like 5 to 6 week lead time, because next week it's probably going to go to like 6 to 8
Yeah.
weeks, and then
Start bumping up.
yeah, 7 to
It's
9.
exponential too. So. it's
Yep, you got it. So if you want one, I'm like super pleased with how these turned out. Like the tamarind is awesome. We should go. Jeremiah like yanked it, but when we go next door, we should like show the tamarind because it is like killer. But yeah,
I dig the walnut though. The walnut's classic. That's like my favorite domestic.
It's so
for
classy.
sure. And it's just like it's a lot of stuff in my house on Maker Day. I'll like make walnut stuff.
Yeah.
So like I have shelves and that kind of stuff. So it might just be the next one that I make on a Maker Day. So
It's so understated. I like the domestics. Like there's like cherry and maple are cool, but walnut is like comparable in price. So we can like get a really good price on a non-exotic that is like understated and cool. And I'm curious to. I've been watching the orders as they come in, and you can choose like lining and whether or not you want the logo, and it's like 50-50.
oh really?
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking that because like so the first round we were experimenting with the logo and figuring all that out.
Yeah.
At one point I think the first iteration was a block.
Yeah, it was like a
and
button.
an applique kind of thing,
That's
and
trash.
then we eventually put the inlay in there, and
I think it's
Yeah, it was
it's red
interesting.
heart. We always inlay red heart and maple
Yeah.
on the front. And after seeing it, I'm like, it kind of feels like a little empty to me.
it does. I don't know. It does, and it doesn't. It does when you like. This is just such a classic look that I feel like
Yeah.
having that icon right there in the middle might give it some pop, and break it up a little bit. But then like you have this,
Yeah.
like the bottoms here, like there's this. It's so rare that you see like flamed Padoke too.
I know.
And it's so
That
awesome.
one is unbelievable.
And we set it up so that like you have that flame and the curl going through, and you have it on each step that you can see it no matter what angle you're at. And so each of the shelves look really awesome like that. And that's another aspect of when we're building these things, we're trying to showcase the grain pattern. We're trying to showcase you had awesome burl on the side of this one too. So the way that moves around kind of creates that three-dimensional effect.
Yeah.
And
it's-
it
it's
is
kind of
three-dimensional,
like-
but you know what I mean?
It's kind of like generally our stuff is smaller,
Yeah.
and we have a tendency to like amplify
Mhm.
the other parts of it, like the sculpture or
Yeah.
the artwork. But it's been a while since we've done like a broader piece that really showcases. I gotta say, you've been pairing these, like the lids are glue ups, just like any big piece of furniture. But you have a very good eye for gluing these up, because like if you look at that and you're not looking for glue lines,
Mhm.
it like you can barely tell. Like there's one glue up here and one here, but you can, at a glance, you can't even see it, man.
You say you found two, but there's three glue ups there.
Exactly.
Yeah. And even like right here, like you can see the grain orientation change like there, but it's an awesome like wave of the grain too. But then back here you can't.
It's
I don't know.
fantastic. Yeah, it's
It's
fun.
awesome.
I enjoy, like, I kind of came from like a garage. That flame is
That's so awesome.
unbelievable. That Padook is actually like really bright for Padook.
Yeah.
It almost looks like red heart, but anyway.
Chat wants to know, will you guys be as selective with what wood you use with custom orders?
Sure. And I think if you have like a preference, we have a ton of lumber, and I think if you have a preference with a custom order, talk to Ann. And if you're like, if you want straight grain, if you want mixed stuff, if you want stuff that's more like flamboyant or
For sure.
understated, AJ's your guy. 'Cause-
And we take into account a lot of that already with all of our other products. It's a little bit more difficult, as you were saying. Like this is easily the largest product we've made,
yeah,
and it's kind of gets lost. Like if you have like what was it? We were going through
Yeah.
the maple that we could find.
Exactly.
We were having a hard time finding
yeah.
A bad piece.
a bad piece.
Quote unquote.
And it was, it was just interesting to see that. Well, they're done too, so there you go.
Well, yeah, if you want like a super curly piece, we go through thousands of board feet a month, and it's really easy when we're pulling stock.
Mhm.
Like if you're like, hey, just put a note, talk to Ann, she'll put a note in the order, like make this really curly or make this really understated, and yeah, we can certainly accommodate you. Generally speaking, we kind of aesthetically build things to preference. So
Yeah.
kind of like lumber comes in, and we try to make it consistent. Make it consistent, not non-consistent.
Yeah.
But make it consistent where you're less likely to notice.
There's pieces of walnut that come in like super. I refer to it as blonde. I don't know what the color or what it actually the proper definition would be, but it comes in and it's like this light tan, and it's not sapwood, but it's still the.
They bleach it.
Well, yeah, they bleach it,
Bleached walnut.
but there's parts of that I think accept that bleach differently.
Yep.
And it comes through looking extra blonde. But we always put those parts, those pieces. You're going to see more of them in stock because we know that this is what you're looking for. But also, if you like, there's like blonde speckling in some pieces that are just beautiful, and we end up using them for stock because we don't want to, disappoint somebody that doesn't expect that.
Yeah, and I think the representations on the website are very understated.
Yeah.
Just kind of like we try to tend to be on the safe side, but the stuff that we do in stock is just fabulous, man. It's got so much character. We should go look at that Spalted Tavern next door. we get time? Are we?
Yep, it's 45.
All right, let's go check out Jeremiah's Spalted Tamarind.
While we're headed there, AJ, I know
Yes.
we played a game last Friday, and
Yeah.
you got to play with one of these.
Yeah.
Seemed to enjoy it.
It was awesome. So I have a wire rack at home that just sits next to our table and sit next to my screen, and it has, first of all, it holds all my minis and all the stuff that I need, but it's also a wire rack, so you have minis that fall in between the wires, and you know you're shuffling around trying to find stuff. It's kind of a bummer, but to have something right next to you that is not only just there and holding stuff, but 100% meant to be helping you out, meant to be an aid to the GM. Holds all your books, holds all your rolling trays. There's plenty of space on the interior. I like it because there's almost like over 5 inches of space in the deep, so you can hold a pretty good size mini, and that was cool too because like we were playing and busting out a
Yeah, that
mini
giant
that was
one.
a big old guy is always fun.
And we just Brian.
Yeah. Hi everybody.
Jeremiah, we were talking about the Spalted Tamarind.
All this
We're
fancy
talking about your wood.
Spalted tamarind, amazing.
Gang.
I pulled you up just to see if you
It's really killer, man.
Sarskin, check it out too.
Puppy
Yeah.
is next time
Yeah,
we have
who
the
cares
next
about
week
the-
when we have the meeting,
table?
we should just
Oh, that's tight.
dog.
Like the sapwood on the bottom. Like this is extraordinarily rare. Seeing the tamarind that we get. It's like the hardwood. Like that suits your personality.
Nice and crazy.
Absolutely bonkers. So this is probably going to be the only Spalted Tamarind we do because it's such a soft wood that it tends to be a little more fragile. And I think like I'm not comfortable like letting anyone buy tamarind because it's such a soft wood. So anyway, Jeremiah gets the one and only.
Yay.
Tamarind.
Also, we probably would break in shipping. We don't want to do that.
But yeah, the shipping's it's beautiful but delicate. Much like you.
Maybe next step, make them out of styrofoam.
Styrofoam? All right.
Ah. We can get some 90s Slurpee cup aesthetic going on.
You can CNC a sculpt into it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
We can probably sculpt styrofoam. I'm in charge. All right. Hello, everyone. Great week. Best crew ever. I say that in lieu of having actual PU numbers because I don't have PU numbers for you.
Professor Conus is on vacation somewhere in the Northeast, Nova Scotia.
Let's say he's in
New England?
Alaska. No, let's pretend he's in
Jersey
Alaska.
Shore?
Yeah.
He's in Jersey Shore?
That's right, yeah.
Ooh, he's gonna have an accent when he comes back.
Better watch out.
But
Priority items. Thank you everyone for pushing through those rolling trays with such amazing speed. We really appreciate it.
are we allowed to say who they're for?
Nope.
Shit. We can't say
Nope,
who they're for, but
NDA.
it's really cool.
NDA, but it's super awesome. Thank you everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, some people like stayed after over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it. It's killer.
The Quartermaster is now live for retail site-wide.
Yes.
People can place custom orders for Quartermasters
Yes.
now. Yay!
We did 6 prototypes last week. All of those are gone. We had 2 come through. Well, we had 3. Jeremiah took one. The walnut already sold. We've already sold a handful of customs. So reception has been really good. And it's such a cool thing. I love that we're like finally stepping into like a little more traditional. For what?
4 for Friday.
4 for Friday. Okay, so we're trying. We want to slow play this to do it right. And we've got 4 or 5 coming a week. So there's like lead times, and we're balancing like bringing them in stock. So I think hopefully next week we'll have another handful coming in stock that you can like pick up and get. But if a bunch of people buy custom, it's a lot harder for us to make them in stock because we have to do the custom stuff first. So keep an eye on the site if you're looking for something in stock. And we tend to do the more weird, wild stuff like tamarind in stock because we can't. If we have like a weird lumber that we can't source regularly, we generally take it to stock. So keep that in mind.
Benj is now Shedwa, site-wide. Benj got a name change. So if you're looking at tickets, if you see a ticket come through and it says for Shedwa, it's actually for Benj. It's the same thing.
Shedwa.
Employee of the month.
I don't know who is it.
I don't know.
Jeremiah can do it.
I don't know. You're
I
supposed
wanna
to know.
give it a-
It's your job to know.
Nobody knows.
So,
Employee of the month. This person's pretty awesome. That's why we're giving them extra money.
there's money in this?
Yes. They get
Um,
money.
No, this person has been really involved lately and has stepped up and helped us a lot, especially with some of the larger furniture items. And so, Connors is supposed to do this, but it's cool that I get to do it. Master AJ. Appreciate it. Thanks.
You get a free envelope.
There's nothing in there. It's
It's just an envelope.
It's an envelope, but you put the stamp right there, and it covers
and
it
you
up.
can use it.
There
There you go.
There you go.
Enjoy.
Done. And I can mail all kinds of.
You can mail one thing.
Well, yeah. Not all kinds.
This is your reminder that ear and eye protection are necessary in the shop at all times.
At all times.
At all times. Anything else to add? Maker Day, Saturday, July 30th. Jeremiah.
That's this Saturday.
Maker Day tomorrow. Anybody wants to come to Maker Day? I will bring mini painting stuff if anyone wants to do it, along with my 2 airbrushes. So if people want to play with airbrushes, feel free.
Oh,
However, don't use maple without AJ's approval because it's going to be about 2 weeks until we get our new shipment. So if you want to use any maple tomorrow, clear it with AJ.
We should shoot some footage of people using the painters. Let's pull the painters from next door, because I've got all the photos for the Kickstarter, and one of you guys use them.
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow.
And
What
then
time
make Brian come in.
10 to 4. Or
I'm just kidding.
some leeway there if you want to work a little more.
Anything else to add? Anybody?
Bueller.
Anybody got anything?
All right, teammate of the week. We already designated Jake and Cam as the readers.
Jam.
Jam.
You just got jammed.
like that
All right.
Jam cake
What'd you say?
instead of jam cake.
Jam?
That's a thing.
Yeah,
So in
I've seen enough.
another country, for sure.
Yeah, I've seen enough British Bake Off. That's a thing.
But the two of you
It's
together.
like a raspberry tort is kind of a jam.
All right.
Yeah.
Jake.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not
Can we
okay.
come up with a code word for it instead?
NDA.
Marin! For that sick new screen.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm just starting.
Cam versus Cameron versus cameraman. Go.
What about Lil C?
AJ, for all those quartermasters.
Oh yeah.
Big C.
NDA for Marin.
You want to switch out? All right, we're
Asmosis.
gonna give Brian a break so we
Opposite of osmosis.
never get to see his face.
Sawdust for being here every day this week. That's true. If
It was
Cronus
nice.
just wants to go on vacation and for a little
Well, Sawdust
longer,
doesn't work. Mostly just gets in the way.
he works.
He's moral support. He's barking.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's our healer.
Laser done. AJ, get out.
That's what the laser says when
That's what the laser says.
Always
Speak.
jazzy.
Alright. Marin is the star. Oh wait, those are stars. Marin is the star.
Actually, have stars. Look. Covered in stars, bro. What?
Thank you.
Best
Crew ever.
Oh, this is good. Amanda Jennifer?
Alligator Jeffrey.
Anger Jorp.
And for making customers happy so they keep spending money.
That's important.
Anytime.
Madison, your haircut looks very nice.
Oh, let's go look at Madison's haircut.
No.
It's
go
the
all-
cutest.
All the hairs.
And
were
she
Really
has it
really
up in
cute,
her little
actually.
clip, and it's so fucking adorable. I can't
Thank
stand
you.
it.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Did you do it yourself?
Yes, I did.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
With the-
Beer.
Beer. Jake. Hey.
Just another Friday night.
Just another Friday night.
Jake, you rock.
Travis, for being the best problem, obviously.
Where's Travis? Where's Travis?
Keep those customers coming, Madison.
You got more?
Oh, yeah, I got a couple. You need more?
What?
I'd say Cameron.
Jeremiah, everybody's cool older cousin.
That tracks, yeah.
It's a good read.
Cam for crushing QA. Kill a Cam. That's all of them.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yes.
AJ!
Oh!
Employee of the month, and you get to see what's in the box?
No.
Or not?
Was is it like the movie Seven?
Like a triple crown,
I don't want to
AJ.
see.
Let's see what's in the box.
2?
All right, cool. All right, everybody.
Bye, Internet. Bye.
Happy Friday. Bye, everybody.
Back to Brian.
Bye!
Bye-bye, Brian. Brian's the star.
You were like a magician.
He's like, you're really uncomfortable in front of the camera. I, can
I
see
know,
that.
that's-
I can see that. You really don't like this.
I'll do the voice and hold the camera.
That's a bad bio.
Bye, everybody.
He doesn't? I
Then
haven't
you're a
done that
comedian and a
yet.
magician.
No.
I'm so sorry.